If you're used to riding in flatter terrain, close to home and with very little in the way of natural challenges, then riding in the high mountains can be a daunting prospect. Not least, what do you even wear? Because clearly the weather down here
can be very different to the weather here.
And especially when you get up somewhere like this. So coming up are several tips and hacks on just how you can dress for riding in the mountains.
But this isn't a survival video though. We won't be showing you how to stay alive in the wilderness or how to light a fire in a remote shepherd's hut. We'll leave that to Sean Conway.
We will leave it to Sean Conway mainly because we don't know how to do it.
We don't.
We wouldn't last 5 minutes.
Is there a cafe at the top here?
Yeah, there is actually.
Hope so. The main challenge is to take the right clothing with you so it can build up a head of steam on a long or potentially very long climb, and then when you stop at the top, not get cold, of course, for descending down the other side as well.
That's right. Realistically, the best thing that you can do is to pack a lightweight wind or waterproof jacket with you that you can then stash in your back pocket. Admittedly, on summer days with clear blue skies, if I was just doing a short ride up one col and then back again, I'd probably just take a super lightweight gilet or vest. But as soon as you're talking multiple cols, where you're going to be descending into different valleys with very localized weather systems, you're definitely going to want something more substantial because the threat of rain increases significantly. So something like this, which is waterproof and is going to be able to shrug off sudden thunderstorms, is going to be ideal.
You will not regret it.
No, you wouldn't.
When climbing, it's important to keep as much air circulating as is possible so you don't get damp with sweat. And some of the best things you can wear are warmers. Now, non-cyclists won't possibly get their head around the non-ironic use of an arm warmer, a leg warmer, or even a knee warmer. And they might look a bit weird until they're on, but then they're genius.
That's right, arm warmers can be rolled down whilst on the move or taken off and thrown in your back pocket. Likewise, knee and leg warmers can also be easily stored. And the difference that they make to your core body temperature when on is just unbelievable. And so for the sake of carrying an extra 100 grams of fabric, they are definitely worth packing.
Sticking with light clothing that can get you out of a weather-related fix are these light fleecy gloves that take up pretty much next to no room in your back pocket, but can help you get out of one of the most painful cycling situations out there, and that is freezing hands. And that happens particularly on wet descents. And it can actually be really dangerous because you're going to lose sensation in your hands, they go numb, and you can't brake. And as for changing gear, well, forget it.
That's right, so these bad boys are an invaluable addition, especially, in fact, when paired with these.
Don't get worried.
Disposable gloves that you can pick up in a petrol station. A great addition to any saddlebag, to be fair, so that they stop your hands getting covered in muck when carrying out roadside repairs. But when paired with these, oh yeah, glove hack. Warm, waterproof gloves. They're pretty fetching too.
I tell you what, I bet they're pretty aero as well. Glove hack.
Ah, the cycling cap. Another tiny little bit of fabric that punches well above its weight. I would say, in fact, that it is worth its weight in gold, but it is so light that it's probably not actually worth anything. But nevertheless, as far as we're concerned, this is the final item of clothing to stick in your back pocket. Pull it out at the top of a long descent in order to keep your head cozy, or wear it in a sudden rainstorm to keep the rain out of your eyes. In that case, you would of course need the peak down. In all other situations, peak up.
It's peak down! 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 Down!
Weird.
Now, if, as we mentioned at the start of the video, you're going to venture out into the wilderness, into the high mountains, then you certainly might want to take a few more bits of kit with you. But what we've got here today will certainly get me and Si through even a big day in the mountains.
Yeah, but having said that, it's also worth talking technique as well. So firstly, do make sure that you try and remove layers of clothing before you get too hot when you're riding. So that could be jackets, arm warmers, leg warmers, or even just unzipping your jersey. Because whilst for some of us anyway, it's inevitable that we're going to get wet with sweat. Trying to avoid it, if at all costs, is definitely a good plan.
And finally, don't wait around too long at the top of a mountain, because the heat that you've built up will soon dissipate, and you factor that in with the wind chill as well, and you could end up very, very quickly getting into some pretty bad shape. So if you're waiting at the top for stragglers, it's an idea to actually go back down the climb and then ride back up with them, or ride just over the top where it's a bit more sheltered at a preordained meeting place, or better still, find somewhere warm you can get a hot drink.
That's right. And for someone like Matt as well, it's also worth mentioning to be quick with your selfies.
That's a good point. Well made, Si.
It's all right, mate. I know you weren't comfortable making that point, but
No, thanks a lot.
yeah, it's okay.
Remember to stay ventilated and stay toasty. Now, for your one-stop shop for all things cycling, you can subscribe to the Global Cycling Network if you haven't already done so by clicking on the globe somewhere on this screen.
That's right, and for more content, why not click just down here for a video where you get to ride in real time up this very hill, courtesy of Daniel Lloyd, and indeed to see a true epic climb. Why not check out the Colle della Finestra, also in Italy, that Matt and I did a couple of years ago. That one is just down there. Got it, mate. Woo!
Let's go!